Hey, what is up, my ASMR and fragrance family? It is your boy, your whispering perfume pimp, Christopher Cologne. So what we have today is, this is kind of like going to be two videos in one. So I'm going to go over the fragrances that I've worn lately, which hasn't been many. And then, because I'm back to cleaning cars, or not cleaning cars, but doing the headlights, which I'll show you the set of headlights that I did earlier, but I gotta cut up some of my sandpaper so it'll be ready for me. That way I don't have to sit there and try to tear it and everything, because I like to fold it and cut it. That way the pieces are more even. So that's what I'm gonna do. Figure that make good sounds. But yeah, so this is Glacial Falls. Glacial Falls by... Oh, that smells so good. That smells so good. It's fresh, it's clean, it's spicy. Mike said, I'm pretty sure it was Mike, commented. Yeah, Mike, if you see this, comment and tell me what, because I don't even remember what video. I know it's been a while though, so, and I really ain't got the time to try to scroll and find. So Mike, if you watch this video, let me know what it was that you said this smells like, because it does smell like something. I just can't think of what it is. But yeah, it's fresh, it's clean, it's spicy. My bottle's like halfway down. They really should make bigger bottles with better atomizers. That's the only problem I have with Dr. Squatch. The bottles are, they don't have a bigger bottle option. They should have a, because this is a 1.7, so they should have the 1.7 ounce, which is the 50 milliliter, and then they should have the 3.4 ounce, which is the 100 milliliter. So they should have a 50 and a 100, but they only have the 50. So, but that's Glacial Falls. Glacial Falls. Then we have another Dr. Squatch. And that is Fireside Bourbon. Fireside Bourbon. Man, I love Fireside Bourbon. Smooth, vanilla, somewhat spicy. Has an earthiness to it too. Also, great fragrance. I think this is the best Dr. Squatch fragrance, and I think this is just one of the best fragrances all around. So, but yeah, Dr. Squatch Fireside Bourbon. Did I say vanilla too? Because it has vanilla. It has a vanilla. It reminds me of it makes me think of a fruity vanilla kind of. So yeah, Dr. Squatch Fireside Bourbon. Then we have, and that one's halfway down too. That's why I'm not spraying those. Because if I'm gonna start selling this stuff, then yeah, samples of it. I can't. The only ones I'm really gonna spray are like my cheaper ones, Okay. Now we have Michael Kors Extreme Blue. Michael Kors Extreme Blue, and this salty and musky. It has salty, musky, and I don't hear many fragrance influencers, or whatever you want to call them. I don't hear many of them say inky. And I don't know why the word just popped up in my head. Ross from TLTG Reviews, he uses it. I've heard him use it a pretty good bit. But yeah, it's got a salty and a muskiness to it. Kind of a metallic inkiness to it. A cleanness to it. It has somewhat... I don't think it has like a slight wateriness to it too. Yeah, this stuff smells really good. This stuff smells really good, especially for the dirt cheap price you can get it online at discounters. So, then we have Bentley Azure for men, Bentley Azure for men, and Bentley Azure. I guess that's how you pronounce it. This definitely has it's a salty lime vibe to it. Yeah. It's a salty lime vibe. And yeah, it almost puts me in the mind of margaritas. You know, it smells like, matter of fact, because it has that saltiness and that lime to it. You know what? Machino Toy Boy, the one that looks like a bear. Machino Toy Boy, it smells like they were trying to smell like this and then just said, fuck it. I don't know what the fuck to do, and just started throwing pickle juice and everything in there. That's what Machino Toy Boy is. It smells like it was trying to be this, and then just they totally spilled pickle juice in it and fucked it all up. That's what Machino Toy Boy smells like. So if you've ever smelled this, and what's the other fragrance that I have? Zirh, Z-I-R-H. And then there's another one I think that smells kind of like this too, and I can't think of what it is right now, but yeah. But that's what Machino Toy Boy smells like. It smells like it was trying to go like this, and then they just said, you know what, fuck it, let's fuck up a good fragrance, and then turn around and poured some pickle juice in it. But this, layered with this, these two layered, smells great. Okay, and then this is down with the rest of my colognes. So I evidently wore it because it was right there where I put all the ones that I've worn. But I don't know what I wore this with. I know I didn't wear this by itself. So I don't know what I sprayed with it. I don't know what I layered it with something, and I don't know what. It had to have been one of the Dr. Squatch, and it had to have been Glacial Falls if I layered it with anything. So yeah, Wild Mint, a fragrance that shouldn't have been discontinued that did. You know, I find that like some of the best fragrances, some of the best smelling fragrances are the ones that get discontinued, and it's like, you gotta be kidding me, man. Why? But I know why. It's because everybody wants to go with the same old bullshit. You know, everybody, you know, you got your handful of fragrances that are like the main ones, and then that's it, and it's like, you know, and then you got all your other ones too, but that's like, look at Sauvage, you know, look at Sauvage. Man, it smells good, but there's better smelling fragrances. Aqua de Joe smells good. There's better smelling fragrances. Damn, Versace Eros smells good. There's better smelling fragrances. Blue Day Chanel smells good. Basic as fuck. Better smelling fragrances. You know, that like, there's so many that smell better than the most popular ones, and it's just like, you know, why are these that smell better getting discontinued? You know, it's just like, did you market it bad? You know, or is it just people really do go for the same old bullshit? You know, so I kind of find that odd. Or not odd, but I kind of find it fucked up, is what I find it. It's crazy. It's just like, man, God, come on. Yeah, because I have some cheap ass fragrances up here, $40 or less, that I will take. Even, wait, Okay, I'm a cheapskate. I'm a cheapskate. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. So, we'll just say I'm a multi-millionaire. Money is no problem to me. I have fragrances up here that I would take before any of the major fragrances still, you know. Well, I'm saying, make me a multi-millionaire just because, you know, we can throw that out the window. We can throw that out the window. Money won't be a thing, you know. I got fragrances up here that I would take over, like, the expensive major ones. Especially Baccarat Rouge. Stinking ass rotten shit. Rotten ass fruit is what that shit smells like. Which one is it? Is it Ariana Grande's fragrance? Is it Cloud? Leslie's got one, and I want to say it's the Ariana Grande Cloud. I could be wrong, but it smells. It has that rotten fruit smell, the same way Baccarat Rouge does, and they actually don't smell all that much different. In all honesty, really, you know. So, yeah, I'm glad y'all sent me that Baccarat Rouge, because that sucks. And if I ever even bought a sample of it, you know, because a sample's like $30, I think. So even if I were to spend the $30-$40 just to get a sample, I would have been pissed. So, yeah. So I wore this the other day. Leslie wasn't too much of a fan of it. You know, I think she just doesn't like fig, which I think fig fragrances, you know, from what I've seen some other people say, I think fig fragrances are like acquired, you know, an acquired smell, acquired taste, however you want to put it. But spray for y'all, great atomizer. Spray for me. I didn't like that there. It smelled kind of rotten. But yeah, it sure didn't smell like that when I first sprayed it the other day. But the dry down on it's better. So, but that is Fig Elixir by Snack House. And on Snack House, they're $30. But on here, I got it for like $12.99. So, then we have Hummer. And Hummer Chrome is what I wore earlier. Just your very basic shower gelish, damn mass appealing gym fragrance, you know. So, y'all was talking about the bottle. The bottle really is, you know, awkward as fuck. But it smells good. It smells good. Like, I like it. It has that melon. It has that smooth, kind of creamy, clean. Like, I sprayed it on earlier. What time did I spray it on? I sprayed it on like 10 o'clock this morning. And it is like 5, I think, right now. Sprayed it on like 10 o'clock. Yeah, 4:59. Damn, I'm good. But yeah, I sprayed it on at like 10 o'clock last night. And then, or not last night, this morning. Took the trash off and then went to go do the headlights. So I'm gonna spray this on again. Yeah, it lasted a few, you know, I could smell it for like 4 hours. So yeah, this is probably like your 3-4 hour fragrance. But yeah, other than that, so those are the colognes that I've worn. What y'all think? I did these on the membership video yesterday. What y'all think about the Easter eggs? And they're plastic, so you know what I should do? I should get some clear coat and clear coat them and see what they look like. Y'all want me to do a video on that, clear coating these eggs? Like, that clear coated would look good. That clear coated would look good. So with that too. That would look good, clear coated. That would look good. That one, yeah, they would look good cleared. yeah, so what I'm going to do now is we're going to get all my sandpaper. See? So these are my pads from my mini polishers. Now, that car that I did earlier, I did do I did the headlights, and then he asked me if I'd get the side of the vehicle because he scraped it up against one of those metal tables outside, and you know, sometimes stuff like that you can just get off with some elbow grease. That shit wasn't coming off at all. So I just went ahead and, you know, took my mini polisher and some compound and buffed it off. But yeah, what sucks is though, man, I got done and I started pulling the tape, and whenever I pulled the tape, it pulled the paint. I'm gonna show you a picture right now. But yeah, the spot's like that big. Man, I felt so bad. I was like, dude, you know, his name was Jeffrey. I was like, man, Jeffrey, damn. You know, I started to pull and I seen it, and then it stopped. I was like, man, Jeffrey, we got a problem. I said, well, I have a problem. And I was like, man, I started pulling this tape and the paint pulled. Now, it's painter's tape, so it shouldn't have fucking done it. But, you know, so I had no choice. I pulled the tape the rest of the way. It pulled a piece off like that big. And, yeah. And what was I going to say? So he really wasn't worried about it. And it was his wife's car. I was like, man, dude. I was like, damn, man. I said, Jeffrey, I'm going to give you your money back, because he already handed me the money. I was like, man, I'm going to give you your money back and everything. I was like, I'm going to go, you know, find out how much this paint cost and all that. And he was like, man, he said, we're not that worried about it. We're getting ready to trade it in anyway. So it's just they do door dashing in that car, and they needed the headlights, you know, were really faded. So they were like, man, we're having, you know, at night we gotta cut the brights on when we shouldn't have to, and all this and all that. Which to me, I've never really had it make a difference on any of my cars that I've done. But I've had a lot of people that I've done their cars, and they say they can see better, you know. So I don't know, but yeah, they say they can see better. To me, I guess once they get to a certain point, it does help, but for the most part, I think a lot of times it's more cosmetic, restoring the headlights. So, but yeah, man, like, I felt bad. I was like, damn, you know, and I was like, look, and since I was done, I was like, man, look, I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go down here to Napa. I took the paint code with me. I was like, I'm gonna go down here to Napa, and I'm gonna find out how much it's gonna cost to get a thing of touch-up paint, since you're not that worried about it, you know, but we could at least cover it up. So I went down there and everything, and then the paint, the type of paint it is, and it starts with a T. I cannot remember what he said, but you can't. He couldn't put it in a spray can. He said this stuff has to be sprayed with a gun and an air compressor and all that. I was like, damn, man. I was like, okay, so like they wouldn't even mix me up the thing to touch it up, which I'm pretty sure that you should be able to touch it up. But anyway, yeah. So I went back and I was telling Jeffrey, the customer, that, and he was like, man, don't worry about it. He said, we done sent pictures to people, and they couldn't even see the difference. But the guy at the paint store also told me, he's like, you know, because I showed him the headlight, and just he didn't see the whole car, but I showed him the headlight, and he was like, Nissan Murano, ain't it? And I was like, yeah. because I was telling him what happened, and he was like, man, that's really common on those things. And it was a '07 Nissan Murano. But he was like, man, that's really common on those cars. He said, you probably, there's probably that up towards the window and everything too. And I was like, nah. He said, that's surprising. He said, because it's something about how they prep those cars that they're really bad about the paint coming off. So, yeah. But, if they decide not to make me pay for it, like so far the way everything's going, and they were like, man, we're gonna still send you business and all this and that. So as long as they end up not changing their mind, be like, hey, we need to get this taken care of and everything. I lucked up big time, because not everybody's cool like that. And if they were probably keeping the car, it would probably be different. But yeah. So, like, let me keep them, I was going to give them back the money and everything, but he was cool about it. So, okay, now this is 1000 grit. Yeah, I've had customers where if that would have happened to their car, that would have been my ass financially. So that's why insurance is good. And right now, I don't have business insurance. On top of making you pay for it, suing you to pay for it, if they really want to be an asshole about shit, they can sit there and add in other costs too, So, like, then on top of just paying for it, then you gotta, end up paying for, like, their time that they miss work, go ahead and done, and all this and all that. Everything done tonight. Tomorrow's video is most likely not going to be an ASMR video. It will be, I might do it soft spoken, I don't know. But, it's a video that I'm really going to talk about, like, bullying and suicide and everything. Yeah, it's a video I'm going to be talking about stuff like that because I've been wanting to do a video on that, and I have come close to killing myself a few times. And, when the brain gets there, it is almost like it's not a choice because, like they say, you got to learn how to control your mind. There's a reason for that saying. And until people are in that position, they don't understand. But, yeah, I want to do a video on that, and I want to do, like, a little, memorial thing in it for that kid chase. Because, like I said, I don't know what it is about that kid that has struck me the way it has, but yeah, like, it could be because he looked like my son, not necessarily, not looks fully like him, but he favors, him and Brett favor each other. They're around the same age, and I've always worried about Brett and Caden. So, because, suicide in men and boys is high, and all that, and I know how a lot of people doubt themselves, and whether they say it or not, and I've been through the shit and all that, bullying and all that, which I'll tell y'all some about some of my shit too, but tomorrow or whenever I do that video. But yeah, I want to have like a little section, just being kind of like, memorializing or whatever, however you want to call it. Chase, because he's kind of like, for some reason he's like, it's something about him doing that, touched me like no other person has. So, and there's, like I said, could be because he favors my son, and a lot of some of his favorite stuff was my son's. Yeah, I don't know. See, but then, and what I ought to do is I should put the screenshots up on here. But then, like on my Facebook, I talk a lot of shit. I just put stuff on there that's, that I speak my mind on there, no matter what it is, really. Sometimes it's depressing sounding, sometimes it's not. Sometimes I'm joking around, sometimes I'm not, and I put stuff on there for different reasons, like some of the stuff I share, I share it just so I'll have it, so I can scroll back through, because for some reason, if I save it, I don't think about it. So, yeah, and some of the stuff I say on there is for me, it's for me to like look back on, or for like, if I do end up dying, so my kids can go look back on and be like, well, Dad was feeling like that day. Dad looked at this like that. Dad looked at that like that. Damn. Dad really liked the sunset. Dad really did go through some, he really did feel like shit. So, like, I have different reasons why I put shit. But this little motherfucker, man, that I used to be friends with and everything, he gets on there making a little passive-aggressive, belittling bullshit comments, and then kind of try to go back and forth, and then wants to throw Bible verses at me like, dude, you hide your bullshit behind these Bible verses. Damn, don't come at me. Don't come at me, because that's like one of the things he likes to say, because like I'll say shit on there, and like I said, I don't do it for people. Like one time he said something about I do shit for sympathy, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck about sympathy. And if I did, I damn sure it's not Facebook that I'm coming to do for sympathy, because nobody gives me sympathy on there. I could talk about I just had a heart attack on there, and maybe 2 or 3 people will be like, man, damn, get better. Meanwhile, I see other people on there talk about, oh, I stubbed my toe, and then fucking 100 people comment on it, So I don't go to Facebook for fucking sympathy. I don't want your fucking sympathy any damn way, So, like, but, because like I said, I put stuff on there for different reasons, and then like, you gonna tell me to man up? Bitch, I have went through more shit in my fucking life than the majority of people, and I'm still sitting here fucking going, so don't fucking tell me to man up, because if you're gonna tell me to man up, you better either have some constructive shit behind it, coming behind the man up, or you damn sure better have went through a lot of worse shit than me. Or the same type of shit than me, or as me, or worse. You know, don't fucking, you have your normal health, you have your normal fucking health, your normal problems and shit like that. If I'm saying something because of like the shit with my foot, don't fucking come at me, because you don't know what the fuck I've been through, you don't know what the fuck it feels like. And I'm not talking to y'all, but I'm just talking, I'm talking about him and pretty much anybody else in general like that. But yeah, don't come at me like that, because I have 2 fucking hernias. I have the damn inguinal hernia, which is probably not an inguinal hernia. It's actually probably a femoral hernia, because the fucking knot pops up in my fucking leg. It pops up in my thigh. Then I have a suprapubic hernia, which is the one that I'm pretty sure is what I always thought was a pulled muscle. Then I have the nerve ripped out of my back. I got hit by a car. I got bullied like hell back in the day whenever I was a kid. I got a hole in one fucking foot. Some days I can smell my foot trying to rot off of me. My left foot, if I step wrong or walk too much, and here lately it's been bothering me for some reason, it feels like it's cracked. And I swear I've been walking around for years with a cracked foot, because where I dropped some rotors on them back in, I think it was 2018. Then damn, I have the shit with my spine where a nerve is ripped out of my spine that causes the nerve damage and the pain from that shit. Then I have the cyst in my spine. Then my brain is herniating, and that causes all kinds of shit and everything. I can't do pretty much anything I love to do, because the majority of the time sets my symptoms off, So I've had all that shit go on with me. Don't fucking tell me to man up, because in all the shit that I've fucking pushed through, not too many people have the fucking place to sit there and tell me to man up. You know what I'm saying? So, now for anybody like that, if you don't have constructive criticism coming behind it, kiss my dick. So, but yeah, that's like last night, motherfucker commented on there, and this is the shit I've thought about putting on here, and just totally putting that bitch on blast. But you gonna sit there? I shared Chase's mom's. I shared one of her posts where she was talking about bullying and everything like that. And this motherfucker gonna comment on there, pretty much talking about shut up, faggot, man up, this and that and everything. Now you supposed to be a good Christian and all this and that. Damn, doesn't sound like it. You gonna tell you, like, he commented on there talking about always whining and shit. Bitch, I didn't even put nothing I didn't even say nothing. All I did was share the post, because I don't like a fucking bully any damn way. And you gonna sit there and get under a post that was shared of a grieving mother that lost her son to suicide because of bullying, and you're gonna sit there and try to bully me? Fuck you, dude. So I went the fuck off, and then I got to thinking, I was like, nah, I'm not gonna stoop to his level. So I went ahead and erased him. This motherfucker took screenshots. So, you took screenshots, bitch. What the fuck were you already planning on then? Sound like you already trying to plan on something, because I erased them pretty damn quick. I got on there, I fucking said my shit, and then, the motherfucker posted it to my wall, talking about you want to try to take him down or whatever he said. So I got on there and I was like, damn. I said, motherfucker, I was just trying to not stoop to your level. But since you went ahead and put it on there, I'll fucking go ahead and tell you what's up. So I went ahead and fucking said my piece and shit. And don't do that shit. Don't do shit like that to me. And then on top of it, you're goddamn lucky I'm fucked up medically. Because if I could fucking fight, what I would do is, I know I'm 43 years old, but I got a temper. And I try to hold it back. And I try to fucking, I try not to let my anger, get the best of me and shit like that. And I definitely can't because the medical problems, and ever since I had COVID, I fucking feel weird, like if I start to get mad a lot of times, I get this fucking really cloudy feeling over my body. I feel like I'm getting sick and all that, but yeah, anyway, like before the Chiari, if I would, if the Chiari would never started bothering me, man, you gonna fucking get on there and start talking shit. You gonna try to bully me under a fucking post of a grieving mother. Fuck you, dude. Like what I would have done last night, and then I would have done last night. I'd have been like, dude, give me your fucking address. I'm coming to beat your goddamn ass. But I know this ain't relaxing. But anyway, I'm just kind of rambling. But yeah, that's. And then I seen part of a comment today because I didn't even unfriend him because I was telling him, last night I was like, why don't you fucking unfriend me? You're so tired of seeing what I post. Unfriend me. Don't be a bitch. Don't be a bitch. Because me just saying what the fuck ever and you fucking lashing out and losing your shit says more about you than me. And then on top of it, and then on top of it, it was like, what did he say? Like that motherfucker started talking about be a dad, bitch. You don't, it's like I told him, I was like, see, now you're fucking gonna sit here and talk shit just because of my Facebook post. I was like, man, I can sit there and say I miss my kids 2 hours after I seen them. That don't mean shit. You gonna fucking sit there and take what I say on here and try to twist it? Nah, dog. You don't fucking know me. And you don't know half of what you think you know. Damn. But then, like today, I saw a piece of a comment because I didn't even unfriend him. Bitch, go ahead, stay. Make yourself look bad because that is what's happening. Make yourself look bad. You gonna put on there, damn, Proverbs 27:17. Iron sharpens iron. Trying to talk about that's what he's doing. Bitch, we're not iron. We're human. This is the brain. Well, it don't work the same way. That's the reason why there is people that commit suicide and shit because of bullying and stuff like that. It doesn't work like that. Sorry. Yeah, some people, you tell them, you can't do this, you can't do that. It gives them more motivation. But that's because they're wired like that. That's the way their brain works. That's the way the universe, God, or whoever wired that person. Not everybody is wired like that. That's like me. I used to be the same way, and if I do let shit get to me, I'm still the same way. You fucking tell me shit, you tell me I can't do it, motherfuck you. I'm doing it just because you said I can't. Kiss my ass. But yeah. So, but nowadays I don't give a damn enough. I don't give a damn enough to please you or anything like that. So, if it's something I'm doing, I'm gonna do it. If not, then I'm not gonna do it. You can go ahead and say what the hell you want. Now every now and then I might do something, but that's just because I was probably gonna do it anyway. Be like, man, oh, okay, well, I was gonna do this anyway. Let me show this motherfucker. So, but yeah. Don't sit there and start trying to get harsh with people and this and that, and then try to act like you're doing it out of Christianity. That ain't the way it works, man. And I know Christianity, there's a lot of what's it called, back and forth shit. What is it when when you say one thing, hypocritical shit. There's another word I'm looking for it too, but yeah. Damn, don't get on there and don't get on there and start trying to use your faith and shit as a way to fucking be a dick. Cause like I said, you're talking about iron sharpens iron, okay? Well, the way you do that when it comes to people is, yeah, if you're going to be straight up, then you go ahead and you be straight up and you follow that. Like if you're going to tell me to man up, cool. I mean, like, man up. And then, give it, and then, go ahead and give some options or whatever. I can't think of the word I'm trying to look for, but yeah, go ahead and do that. Because there's a difference between using criticism, but there's a difference between using criticism to build somebody up, and using criticism to totally talk shit. So that's what people like to do. People like to try to use criticism to talk shit. Fuck you. Oh man, I'm smarter than that. A lot of people are smarter than that. Damn, we don't want to hear that bullshit. We don't want to hear it. So yeah, nah, go on with that garbage. But yeah, you trying to sit there and fucking jump my shit, dude. You're making yourself look bad. You're on a post about bullying, being the bully. You're making yourself look horrible right now, and then you're trying to do it under the guise of Christianity. Dog, you're making Christians look worse. Like, okay, my experience with life is a big part of what pushed me away from Christianity to begin with. But you know what else pushed me away from Christianity? Christians. Full of shit Christians. There's very few Christians that are full of shit, just like there's very few people that aren't full of shit. But yeah, I don't like being in church. I feel more. I don't even believe in God, but I still talk to something that's there. There's gotta be something, whether there's an afterlife or not. There's gotta be something. Something created it, and whether it's a separate deity or it's just energy, period, there's something that I am talking to, So, whether it's something that's actually hearing me or something that is feeling, so, like energy. So, yeah. Damn. But whenever I do that, I feel more at peace and everything like that, and feel more in place and belong. Not necessarily belong, but I can't think of the words I'm trying to use, but I feel pretty much better doing that than going into a church. I never feel in place at a church, Damn. And it is because I feel like a lot, from what I've seen, a lot of people in religious people are full of shit and they're full of hate. And maybe I'm wrong, and that's just mine, because maybe I'm wrong because I'm just a little biased when it comes to, religion and everything. But Then again, maybe what I see and feel from people is really it. But yeah, I'm just... Yeah, so I thought about putting that shit on here and just putting him on blast, you know. Well, y'all. So, sorry to vent to y'all like I just did. You know, I didn't mean it to turn into a damn, like, almost like a rage ramble. I didn't mean for this to turn into that, but I didn't get drunk or anything like that, so I wasn't mad when I was saying it. So, it should still be relaxing. It's just, you know, and got y'all a 47-minute video, which I'm gonna edit a little bit, so it might be closer to like a 40-minute video, but it got y'all a longer video. So, and I think that sandpaper and stuff is way too loud, so yeah, if it is way too loud, I'm either gonna cut it down or I'm gonna, you know, just get rid of it altogether. But yeah, I'll see y'all on tomorrow's video. Y'all take it easy. Have a good one. And peace, peace, peace.